1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. Addressing an online International Labour Organization global summit on COVID-19 and the world of work today, the Prime Minister urged the world community to formulate a strategy to protect vulnerable segments of the society, especially labourers, from the impacts of the pandemic. 2,980 new cases surfaced in the country, with 83 more deaths reported from coronavirus over the last 24 hours. Pakistan, China, and Afghanistan have agreed to strengthen counter-terrorism and security cooperation to combat the menace posing threats to their common security. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and across the world today observe the fourth martyrdom anniversary of popular youth leader Burhan Muzaffar Wani. The Organization Islamic Cooperation has urged the United Nations Security Council to adopt measures to prevent annexation and compel Israel to stop all its illegal activities. In Afghanistan, 6 police officers, including a district police chief, were killed in Kandahar and Ghazni provinces today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has urged the world community to formulate a combined strategy to protect the vulnerable segments of the society, especially the labourers, from the impacts of COVID-19. He was addressing an online ILO global summit on COVID-19 and the world of work. The Prime Minister pointed out that many countries, including Pakistan, depend upon remittances sent by the overseas workers. He said though the host countries are also faced with many problems due to coronavirus, yet we need to convince them to be more sympathetic towards these labourers. Imran Khan said the future is very uncertain as we do not know how long the economy will take to recover from the impacts of the pandemic. He said we are praying that some effective vaccines would be invented to cure the virus, but in the meantime we need to share our experiences and exchange ideas to protect our vulnerable groups. There has been improvement in the number of those having recovered from COVID-19 in the country, with the figure now reaching 140,965. 2,980 new cases surfaced during the last 24 hours in the country, taking the tally to 237,489. These include 83,559 in the Punjab, 97,626 in Sindh, 28,681 in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, 10,919 in Balochistan, 13,650 in the Islamabad Capital Territory, 1,595 in Gilgit-Baltistan, and 1,419 in Azad Kashmir. The death toll from the virus has reached 4,922, with 83 more deaths reported during the last 24 hours. 21,951 corona tests were carried out during the period. The number of coronavirus cases across the world has surpassed over 11.9 million, while the pandemic has so far claimed more than 547,000 lives. The United States tops both in the number of cases and deaths, with over 3 million cases and more than 133,900 deaths, followed by Brazil with over 1.6 million cases and more than 66,800 deaths. Over 6.9 million patients have so far recovered from the infection across the world. Pakistan, China, and Afghanistan have agreed to strengthen counter-terrorism and security cooperation to combat the menace posing threats to their common security. This was agreed during the third round of China-Afghanistan-Pakistan trilateral strategic dialogue held via video link. In a joint statement shared by the Foreign Office, the three countries urged for an orderly, responsible and conditional withdrawal of foreign troops from Afghanistan to avoid potential terrorist resurgence. The three sides also agreed that the return of Afghan refugees should be part of the peace and reconciliation process and underlined the role of international community for a time-bound and well-resourced roadmap for the return of Afghan refugees to their homeland with dignity and honor. Pakistan has enacted an ordinance to provide an opportunity to the Indian spy Kulbhushan Yadav to file a review petition against his conviction and sentence. This was stated by the Director General South Asia at the Foreign Office Zahid Hafiz and Additional Attorney General of Pakistan Ahmad Irfan while addressing a news conference in Islamabad today. The Director General South Asia said a petition for review and reconsideration can be filed by Kulbhushan Yadav, his legally authorized representative, or a consular officer of the Indian High Commission at the Islamabad High Court. Zahid Hafiz said Pakistan has offered assistance in arranging legal representative for the raw agent. Zahid Hafiz said Pakistan is fully cognizant of its international obligations and committed to implement the judgment of the International Court of Justice on Kulbhushan Yadav. This is Radio Pakistan. The Chairman Kashmir Committee Shehryar Khan Afridi has said India is trying to instigate the entire globe by initiating anti-humanity policies repugnant to the fundamental human rights. Addressing a conference in Islamabad this afternoon on new domicile law in occupied Kashmir, he said the world community should take notice of Modi's fascist policies in the Hill Valley. Shehryar Khan Afridi said the international community should break its silence and deliver a strong message to Modi to stop oppression in the occupied Kashmir, as any untoward incident can jeopardize peace in the region. He said the people of occupied Kashmir have been under strict and inhuman lockdown by the Indian security forces for the last over 227 days. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and across the world today observe the fourth martyrdom anniversary of popular youth leader Burhan Muzaffar Wani, who, along with his two associates, was extrajudicially killed by the Indian troops in Kukarnag area of Islamabad Anantnag district on this day in 2016. According to Kashmir Media Service, a complete shutdown was observed in occupied Kashmir today to mark the martyrdom anniversary of Burhan Muzaffar Wani and his associates Sartaj Ahmed and Parvez Ahmed. The call for the strike was given by veteran Hurriyat leader Sayyid Ali Gilani and the All Parties Hurriyat Conference. The authorities had deployed troops and police personnel in strength across the occupied territory to prevent people from staging pro-freedom and anti-India demonstrations. They also suspended internet services in the occupied territory. Many were arrested to prevent from staging protest demonstrations. A report released by the research section of the Kashmir Media Service on the occasion of the martyrdom anniversary of Burhan Muzaffar Wani today said the youth leader had become a symbol of freedom and courage for the Kashmiri people. The report maintained that since the killing of Burhan Muzaffar Wani, the Indian troops had martyred 1,237 innocent Kashmiris, including 28 women. It said these killings have rendered 100 women widowed and 227 children orphaned. Meanwhile, a protest demonstration organized by the APHC AJK chapter was held in Islamabad today. The demonstration was led by Muhammad Farooq Rahmani. The protesters carried pictures of martyr Burhan Muzaffar Wani and placards inscribed with pro-freedom and anti-India slogans. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation has urged the United Nations Security Council to adopt necessary measures that would prevent the annexation and compel Israel to stop all its illegal activities. In a letter to the members of the United Nations Security Council, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation also urged the United Nations Security Council to hold an emergency meeting to salvage the opportunities for peace and revive attempts at reinstatement of political process under the international supervision. In Afghanistan, 6 police officers, including a district police chief, were killed in Kandahar and Ghazni provinces today. 3 policemen were killed in a suicide attack in Kandahar, while 3 other police officers, including a district police chief, were killed in a roadside bombing in eastern Ghazni province. The Taliban have claimed responsibility for both the attacks. The fourth death anniversary of prominent philanthropist Abdus Sattar Eidi is being observed today. Abdus Sattar Eidi started welfare services in Pakistan in 1951. He later established the world's largest volunteer ambulance network, along with shelters for homeless people and animals and orphanages across the country. Many international and national awards, including the Asian Nobel, the Lenin Peace Prize, and Nishane-Imtiaz, were bestowed upon him in recognition of his services for humanity. Abdus Sattar Eidi passed away on this day in 2016. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, rain, thunderstorms, are expected at few places in Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.